I am surprised that it happened this early.
Are you?
I thought that they would have pushed a little bit further down the next week
Mm-hmm.
just to see and keep options open. The commitment for me to go out and get two forwards over a defense, to me, with a week still to go, to take those assets, and essentially we are talking about a collective group of a first, a second, a third, and a fourth into two forwards over a D. I get making this decision maybe towards March 1st, March 2nd. I'm surprised that they did it this early for two forwards when I think there's still a major concern on the blue line.
You know what that says to me, though, is that they had conversations about what they wanted to prioritize. Like, you know, if they felt like what we have to get for our assets, because you only have so much money to spend, just like they only had so much so many assets to spend. They must have said, here's our list of priorities for what we want to do with our team. And they must have thought that a forward had priority over a D-man.
Sammy, where are you on that? Because I would have prioritized the blue line over the forwards, albeit the holes that we've talked at great length over.
I'd probably just do both, Kyper. Quite honestly, like I don't necessarily. I mean, the trade deadline hasn't passed here now. I know they don't have the assets they don't have a lot of assets. Period. After this trade,
I don't know what they're willing to do to shore up the blue line now.
Well, you're still holding the ace.
No, they're not. I don't think that's. I think that's out of the question now. Don't you?
No.
I do.
I do.
Yeah.
I've got Matthew Knies out of play right now, and that's not on any knowledge or inside information.
Yeah.
This is me watching Kyle Dubas well before the March trade deadline say, I can go get Ryan O'Reilly right now and it won't cost me Matthew Knies. I'm doing it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, it depends. You can't do everything with one, with the assets. We talked about what they had to spend. And the first was probably their biggest thing outside of Knies, right, to spend. Wanted to keep Knies if possible. We talked about where we prioritize it. I wrote the day of the trade that the Leafs are going to do something on their decor, and they still are. They're still going to get a defenseman. That doesn't.
The other thing that stands out for me is that there's not a defenseman out there that I think is worthy of giving up Matthew Knies.
See, that's a good point. That's a really good point.
And I like Jacob Chychrun. I'm not sure I give Matthew Knies up for him.
Even Ekholm, if they could do something like that. Ekholm has 3 more years after this year, and he's 32.
Ekholm's a little weathered and worn down, and no, I'm not giving up Matthew Knies for a 31-year-old.
Yeah. Even can you get Gavrikov now without having, you're not going to give up Knies for expiring Gavrikov. That's not happening.
Right now, everybody says Gavrikov's going to the Boston Bruins.
No.
That I've talked to.
Okay.
They really
see
believe
that for sure.
that Boston's got the inside edge on that.
Rich get richer there. So I think what we saw over the weekend in terms of how much better the Leafs forward depth looks like, adding 2 really capable NHL bodies, adding Ryan O'Reilly and then adding Acciari, who's a good fourth liner. I think that is a huge change to the way the team looks, obviously. But I am still kind of with Kyper here in terms of the deep core still, to me, is a piece short. And the big elephant in the room is that, Sergei Samsonov and Joseph Woll are goalies right now. There's still other issues with this team that need to be addressed.
You guys are tough to make happy, though.
No.
I mean, you can't make 4 trades at once. You got issues to address. You take care of one, and yes, it is expensive. But, the idea that had this trade happen for a D, and you go, boy, that left winger on the second line is still no good. I mean, this is a massive change to me in what you're able to do.